Let's go Falcons! The Falcons are making a move and things are heating up behind the scenes. But first, be sure to hit that like button so you don't miss any of the latest news and rumors. We've got a lot to cover today, and you're going to want to stick around until the end because this is a big one. So here's the deal. The Falcons now have a new name to watch in free agency, and it's none other than two-time Pro Bowl defensive lineman Jonathan Allen. That's right, Allen, who spent his entire career with the Washington Commanders, has been released and is officially on the market. And let me tell you, this is the kind of player who could completely change the dynamic of Atlanta's defensive line. ESPN's Adam Schefter broke the news that Washington is moving on from Allen, and while it may be surprising to some, it makes sense from a financial standpoint. He was set to carry a massive $22 million salary cap hit in 2025, and the Commanders decided they needed to free up some space, saving more than $16 million by releasing him. But here's where it gets interesting for Atlanta. If the Falcons can get him on a more affordable deal, it could be a game changer. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but he's not an edge rusher, and that's what we need most. And yeah, you're right, but hear me out. Allen is an elite interior pass rusher, and pairing him with Grady Jarrett, or even using him as a potential replacement, could be exactly what this defense needs to take that next step. Let's talk numbers. Last season, Allen missed a chunk of the year with a partial pectoral tear, but when he did play, he still made an impact. In just 8 games, he racked up 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, and 7 quarterback hits. And if we go back to 2023, when he was fully healthy, he posted 5.5 sacks, 10 tackles for loss, and 19 QB hits. That's production that Atlanta could use right now. And let's not forget about his dominant 2021 and 2022 seasons. Those were his Pro Bowl years, where he had at least 7.5 sacks and was a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. The guy is a force, and even though he just turned 30, he still has a lot left in the tank. The biggest question is whether the Falcons can afford him. Right now, the team is in a bit of a cap crunch, and they still need to address the edge rusher position. If they go after a big-name edge rusher in free agency, it might be tough to also land Allen. But if Atlanta decides to draft an edge rusher at number 15 overall, then bringing in Allen to solidify the interior pass rush makes a ton of sense. And speaking of the draft, Falcons GM Terry Fontenot is already hyping up this year's defensive class. He's made it clear that Atlanta is focused on adding impact players on defense, and the draft is loaded with talent, especially when it comes to pass rushers. Head coach Raheem Morris has been vocal about how critical the pass rush is to winning games, and he even pointed to the Super Bowl as proof. Watching the best teams dominate up front only reinforced what the Falcons need to do this offseason: get after the quarterback. But here's the challenge: Atlanta has only 5 draft picks, and the salary cap situation is tight. That means Fontenot and the front office need to be strategic about how they approach free agency. Do they prioritize signing a veteran like Allen, or do they focus on bringing in a younger pass rusher through the draft? And let's not forget, the Falcons have been at the bottom of the league in sacks for what feels like forever. It's time for a change. So, what's the move here? Should the Falcons go all in on Jonathan Allen and pair him with Grady Jarrett? Should they focus on drafting a pass rusher instead? Or do you think they should do whatever it takes to land a top-tier edge rusher in free agency? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The Atlanta Falcons have officially made their first move of the offseason, locking in a key piece of their special teams unit for the foreseeable future. Long snapper Liam McCullough has signed a 4-year contract extension with the team, ensuring continuity in the special teams department alongside kicker Younghoe Koo and punter Bradley Pinion. This move solidifies a crucial element of the Falcons' game, but what does it mean for the team going forward? McCullough, an undrafted free agent out of Ohio State in 2020, has been a staple on the Falcons' special teams since joining the squad in 2022. Over the past 3 seasons, he's played in all 51 games, logging over 400 special teams snaps. That kind of consistency is rare in the NFL, and the Falcons clearly value what he brings to the table. While financial details of the deal haven't been released, the 4-year extension speaks volumes about the team's commitment to keeping its special teams core intact. Falcons special teams coordinator Marcus Williams emphasized the importance of having a cohesive unit, saying that the chemistry between McCullough, Koo, and Pinion is a rare asset in the league. They all understand each other, they know how to operate, and they know how crucial their roles are to one another's success, Williams said. With this extension, it's clear the Falcons want to maintain that stability, especially as they enter a critical offseason. But special teams isn't the only area where the Falcons are making waves. Just when it looked like Atlanta had lost out on the chance to acquire a premier edge rusher after Max Crosby's massive contract extension with the Raiders, another big name has hit the trade market, Trey Hendrickson of the Cincinnati Bengals. That's right, Falcons fans. The Bengals have given Hendrickson permission to seek a trade, and this could be the lifeline Atlanta's defense desperately needs. The Falcons finished 2024 ranked 31st in the league in sacks, a glaring weakness that needs immediate attention. While many expect Atlanta to target an edge rusher in the first round of the draft, adding a proven veteran like Hendrickson could be a game-changer. Hendrickson has quietly been one of the most dominant pass rushers in the league over the past 4 seasons. In 2024, he tied his career high with 17.5 sacks, leading the NFL. Over the last 2 seasons alone, he's recorded 35 sacks, more than T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler, a first-team All-Pro selection in 2024, and even finished second in the AP Defensive Player of the Year voting last season. Simply put, this guy is a beast. The question now is whether the Falcons can realistically make a move for him. Hendrickson is set to make $16 million in 2025, and with Atlanta's current cap situation, pulling off a trade wouldn't be easy. But it's not impossible. The Falcons could explore structuring a new deal that lowers his cap hit for this season or offer 2026 draft picks in a potential trade package. While there will undoubtedly be plenty of interest in Hendrickson from other teams, the Falcons need to do their due diligence. He's the type of player who could transform the defense immediately, giving them a legitimate pass-rushing threat that they've been missing for years. Imagine pairing him with a top draft pick at number 15. Suddenly, this defense looks a whole lot more dangerous. So, Falcons fans, what do you think? Was locking in McCullough the right move to keep special teams stable? And should the Falcons go all in to try and land Trey Hendrickson? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear what you have to say. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated on all the latest Falcons news. Go Falcons!